Dude, you got a little close to that edge over there, huh? Just following after you.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, that hurts.
There's your skip plate. There's your front skip plate. You're good. It's late August in Colorado, and after leaving the Overland Expo in Loveland, we set our sights south about 3 hours to Halfmoon Gulch. About 2/3 of the way up the trail, there's this really old mill structure that we're hoping to explore. From the pictures I've seen, it looks pretty cool, so I'm looking forward to that part. And then the rest of the trail, we'll be heading up above tree line, kind of towards the top of this mountain pass. And the trail starts to turn into these kind of rocky shelf roads with more difficult obstacles along the way. And what makes it worse is that it's supposed to be raining later today, so hopefully it doesn't really affect our trip, but we'll see. Alright, so me and Colin were at the expo in Loveland yesterday. Then after that we decided to camp near Leadville, which is probably like 12 minutes away from this trailhead. And we met Caleb this morning here. He drove up from Colorado Springs. So he's airing down right now. Colin's airing down. I'm going to be airing down soon once I'm done filming. Let's see it.
Oh,
the compressor. That looks like a decent little one, man.
That's awesome reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked up like best portable air compressor for wheeling, and like most of the people buy these.
Yeah. And it was $30 off.
Yeah.
So
Off what was the total price?
Like $80. So
So
like
$50?
Yeah.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Did you bring anything else different with you this time? Oh, is that your toolkit?
Yeah, toolkit.
Yeah, I got that too.
I brought my jack instead of my gas tank.
Nice, smart one.
And I brought a chair in case you want to do an interview at the end of it.
Yep. Yeah, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I'll drive out Thursday, and then we'll head back home Sunday because I got to be at work Monday, obviously. So we'll make it a 4-day trip. It's like 7.5, 8-hour drive for me, and then for Jake, who's at Fort Irwin, it'll be about 7 hours for him. So it's a good meet in the middle spot for sure. One thing I am worried about though is I-70. They keep closing down I-70 because of near the Glenwood Canyon. There was a fire over there like 2 years ago, and the fire tore up all of, the vegetation. So now there's no vegetation to stop the water. So when it rains, you end up getting these big mudslides that pile up onto the road on I-70. And so now they just anytime it's about to rain, they just close the road down. And so you'll be like 3 hours into your trip trying to go west, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, no, can't go on I-70. And then you'd have to drive, since you're in the mountains, you can't just take another road. Like, you have to go 6-7 hours out of your way to get around it because there's no other avenue to go west. So that's something I'm a little worried about. When we were driving out to here yesterday at the Overland Expo, they had already closed Glenwood Canyon again. And so I'm worried about them closing it next weekend.
See that exhaust system sitting in the tree? Yeah, you don't need those. Just straight out of the engine, you don't need the piping or the catalytic converter or any of that. So much useless stuff that make you put on the cars these days.
part of the road is pretty easy, but the views here are amazing. What do you think your favorite part was of this whole trail? Like if you had to pick one spot, like why should people come out here?
I still think like the part that I was most looking forward to is still my favorite, which is that wide river crossing that we did. Pretty close to the beginning. You have like 1 or 2 obstacles to get there.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where, after that part, that's where the trail kind of gets a bit tougher.
Yeah.
So.
Which river crossing? Was it the one where we had to make that like S turn?
Yep.
Or was it the one after that where you kind of go through the rocks and the bushes and stuff?
No, so not the rock garden one.
Yeah.
But the actually like river one.
Yeah, the S turn one.
Yep.
Yeah, that was fun for me, and going up. I'm excited to look at the footage of me going up that other end where I messed up my bike rack a little bit.
Yep.
And that
or
just
you made
goes,
it better. Who knows?
Yeah, it's totally better now. Custom now. It's custom.
It's custom.
That's what we're gonna say. It's custom.
Got up it. Not bad. Going the easy way. Check that out. For me.
Wow. Yeah, that's way bigger than that looks.
Yeah, the bike rack doesn't help.
Yeah, I was kind of. You definitely. Yeah, I could get it out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A real wheel.
I was surprised you brought that, considering.
Oh, let's bent that out a little bit.
Should have took it off.
Just
If you hit it harder, yeah.
yeah. Go so fast. Oren, go slow.
I'll put my light in a bottle, something to guide your way. Even if you're too scared to follow, there's a light in me.
This thing's flying around or something.
Just making a little noise. I thought that was my ice chest. Tipped over, spilled all my ice out, but that's doing pretty good.
As we wait,
It's starting to rain a little bit. Guess it's Oh, thanks, buddy.
I know you're tired of this pattern. 1 up and 3 below. When you're chasing
It's difficult.
Yeah, that's what I did.
See, I think that's a harder one. In the line I took?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Well, looks like the building's actually on private property, and there's a sign here with a gate, so we're not going to go up there. But we got to see a lot of it. We got to see a lot of it from the trucks on the little pass coming up the ridge, and got some good drone footage, so I think we'll just be happy with that. Kind of want to respect this, whoever owns this property, and respect their right to have it be private, not have a bunch of randos walking on it. So. I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get to drive our trucks up to the mill, but I threw up my drone anyways and got some amazing footage. This thing is spectacular. I just love how it's on the side of this hill like that. I don't know what the purpose of that is or why they would build it like that, but it's just really cool, and honestly, I don't know how it's lasted so long. Alright, so there's that mill we're talking about. You can't actually drive up to it, so I had to drive near it and kind of, but it just kind of shoots up out of the hill in the forest. Super cool. But we actually have an obstacle here that we're also gonna film. So, a little two-for shot.
Go driver. There you go.
Good job, buddy.
That hurts.
Here's your skid plate. Here's your front skid plate. You're good. Move up just a little bit more so he has room. The rain made the rocks pretty slick, which made this obstacle a little more challenging. Good. Yeah.
Especially when it's wet.
Yeah.
You scrape?
I don't know. I don't think so. Did it look cool?
Did.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've had my rear locker on because I figured it probably would need it anyway, so
Yeah.
I didn't wait to put it on. It's like that Austin Powers scene, you know, where he's like in the hallway with the golf cart. That was a bounce.
Am I going a good way or no?
I think you're fine. Maybe hit driver now a little bit. A little, yeah, there you go. You're good. Nice. After eating and listening to the thunder, we decided to head back down. both of us hit that rock, so that's why I told you to go the other way.
So notice here as we come back down the trail, we hit that same obstacle that was a little rough and kind of on the shelf road. Notice how I take more of a line that's closer to the right, the safer edge, which turned out to be a more difficult line. And then Colin and Caleb take an easier line but is closer to the edge. So it's probably a little more scary, right? And that just goes to show that in reality, it's always better to take the easiest line, even if it's a little bit closer to the edge, rather than taking a harder, more difficult line just because it's a little bit closer to the safe side. As we get over some of these tough obstacles and start descending back down the mountain, that mill comes back into view again, and I stick my drone up and I'm just mesmerized by this view. This is just so cool.
This building looks like it was built from Lincoln logs. I love this stuff. I like just take a huge log and then you cut out these little grooves in here and then just stack them. It's amazing like how, I think, you know, people used to just build houses like this, you know, in the frontier days. I wonder how they moved big logs though without any kind of heavy equipment. Because these logs are pretty long. I mean, look how long this is. Goes all the way across. Be one heavy piece. And I don't know what this is. I bet you this might be a way of pulling the log up onto and then laying it on top. I don't know. Straight up Lincoln logs.
You like that line?
Yeah, it felt easy. Good.
What'd you think of this trail compared to the last one we did, Mosquito Pass?
Well, this one was like a lot more fun, I thought, because it was a lot more technical.
Yeah.
Whereas Mosquito Pass was just like bumpy the whole time.
Yeah.
And not really challenging. Bird's Eye Gulch, you got some challenging stuff, but coming after Mosquito Pass, you're already just exhausted.
Yeah.
So this was pretty good, but I don't feel like I performed very good at all. Like I took some bad lines and took some scrapes on my diff and rock guards and all that, so.
Yeah, from my perspective, I actually thought you did really good. I think a lot of those obstacles, I think a lot of people would be afraid to do those, especially that spot up above tree line where we're kind of on that little shelfy area. and there was an obstacle there, and so it's like you really didn't have anywhere to kind of maneuver, and if you slid, it was just really close to the edge. I thought you took that really well. From the drone shot, I was watching you, and you took a great line, and that's one thing that I want to mention is like the best line was closest to the edge. And I think in almost every situation, it's always better to take the best line than to be afraid and hug the safe edge, right? You're hugging the safe edge, but it's not a good line, and next thing you know, either you flip your truck over or whatever it is, you get stuck. I know some people who are on Black Bear Pass. There's videos, you know, of like some 4Runner, or I don't know if it was a 4Runner with some other vehicle, but it, you know, it's flipped over on the steps, and he was basically hugging the right side edge, which was away from the edge, right? It was close to the wall, but that was a bad line, and so he ended up paying for that.